Carolina Panther since 1995. Keep pounding till the day that we die. Protect the bank, this is our Queen City. Tell the haters ice up the 79 Steams 50. JC Horn locking up, that's our seatbelt. Derrick Brown no come down, that's how we felt. NFC South is always the villains. How you gonna stop Bryce to McMillan? The future is now, this our division. Carolina Panthers get ready for collisions.
Welcome. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Cole Show. Welcome to the Blue and Black Attack podcast. I am your co-host this evening, Cole. I am here with my brothers this evening. Panther Pickle, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, buddy. I'm doing real good.
You've been down and out. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, I have.
Gone forever. How you feeling? You sound good. I didn't even talk to you about
I'm
that
good.
yet.
I'm good. I actually had COVID. It hit me Friday evening while I was on a space. Had great with you. Had a good time. Got off of it. Went to bed, and then I froze to death.
You remember my story? This is exactly how it was.
Yeah,
I had no symptoms and I tested positive. Hit me like a ton of bricks.
It progressed, and then I thought I was feeling better Sunday. Still don't dawn on me. Then I ended up going to the doctor Monday instead of work, and the doc says you got COVID. And my plant, the manufacturing plant I work for, says you're taking a week off.
Yes, sir.
But then by Tuesday, I was feeling pretty good. So,
and you look and feel like you have your energy, and that's the big thing that was killing me for all those weeks. So I'm very happy you're feeling better with that. Diesel Skills, my friend, how are you this evening? Are you healthy? You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Yeah, absolutely.
Good,
Feeling really good. Excited about the warm weather coming in. It's really nice. It's been nice outside. Looking forward to a nice weekend finally. We're not going to get rain here this weekend. I'm pumped about that and get some stuff done outside that I've been putting off or really wasn't able to do because it was just going to rain anyway. So, yeah, I'm pretty fired up. I'm excited about this show, man. We haven't been live this week. You know, we've been busy behind the scenes getting videos ready and stuff for you guys for this week. And y'all think, oh, it's Thursday. Why have y'all waited so long? It's because we got it packed full. We got the schedule packed full for this weekend. And, of course, tonight, the Cole Show. Things are exciting here in the Blue and Black Attack, just like it's exciting for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, there's no reason with everything that's transpired over the last couple of weeks why you should be upset or down on this team. You should be excited about the direction this team's headed and the trajectory that Dan Morgan is on in that front office. Because I don't know how many years we can look back on the Panthers and say, well, we had this type of free agency. In the last couple of years, Dan has smoked it in free agency, or even maybe the last three. So I do know every player works out and pans out the way we want them to, but at least we're bringing those players in because in the past we just did. We absolutely did not bring anybody in, and none of it worked out. So things are going a lot better now. And for people to look back on the Panthers and say, well, this free agency period, Dan got an A or an A minus, whatever you may view it as. I mean, man, good times here. Good times here in Carolina.
Yep. Panther Pickle, we've had some free agent transactions going on this week. Didn't get to talk about it much on your show. You were down and out. Let's go ahead and cover some of those right now. Who do you got for us?
Yeah, we want to congratulate Andy Dalton for he got traded to the Eagles. We got a 2027 second-round pick for him. 7th round pick rather. And he joins the Eagles as probably a number 2. Connor McKee is behind him. Now these are just projected depth charts. By the time training camp comes around, he may be number 3. Who's to say? But he adds leadership. He has value. He has experience. And maybe if you want to believe the media rumor and the media hype train, Jalen Hurts doesn't really do a good job communicating with the wide receivers. Maybe Andy will help him get over that hump. And good luck to Andy Dalton. I don't have any complaints about Andy here as far as his leadership. And he was always a stand-up guy.
Good teammate. He'll be fine there. That'll be a good thing for
Right,
Jalen.
right.
I think we all can agree on that.
Mhm.
Now let's go to the big one, Pickle, the one that's
Right.
gonna make me smile.
We
The most.
also
Let's talk about
we
our
also
linebacker.
added a running back.
That makes me smile
We
tremendously as
add
well.
A.J. Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted in the second round, I think, by the Packers. Had some good years for the Packers. Last year, he spent as a fourth string depth chart of the
Crazy
very
to
same
think he was
Eagles we were
fourth.
talking about. So, and I was going to look up and see why he was in the fourth string, but I didn't. I was told by a Eagles fan online this morning that it was more to do with he come into training camp a little banged up, and
Oh, yeah, you got to
you
start
know
that.
there was questions about him being in shape, but he's in excellent shape right now, and hey, sometimes young guys you have to learn by experience. So I like AJ. I think he's a true power rusher up the middle. Um, you know, is he going to beat some of our running backs on a 40-yard dash? Probably not. But, I believe that he's a really good run up the middle running back.
Very, 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 very glad to have him. I think he's going to be a luxury to have in short yardage situations, something that it sounds bad, Pickle, and you'll agree, Tolbert. I mean, Jonathan Stewart. We have not had any kind of short yardage presence since those guys. Speaking of things, diesel skills that we ain't had good play in about a decade, linebacker. Now, we spent some serious money on Devin Lloyd. How are you feeling about that? You think it's going to work?
Yeah, we really we had a good chat about it last night, to be honest. And I do think it's going to work. Simple answer. And let me tell you why. I think it's going to work because we prioritize the scheme. The scheme matters now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on your show for weeks. I've been on Pickle's show for weeks, screaming. If we're going to invest in a Vero long term, which we have, we need to find guys who fit his scheme. We couldn't have done a better job in the offseason finding those two guys in Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd. Now we've got the guys standing behind that defensive line that know where to be and when to be there. And that's been the problem for the last couple of seasons. I don't think anybody is else more sensitive to that problem than you've been, Cole. You're a linebacker at heart. You were a linebacker in real life. You know how this goes. We need those people on point in the right position at the right time. And I think with the two people that we acquired, that's going to happen. And I also think Jalen Phillips is going to help other people get to the quarterback. I think that's what we're really going to see. And I think that's going to be the big difference. You got Lloyd in coverage, playing good coverage, sticky coverage. And then you got a guy like Jalen Phillips opening up other people like Derek Brown or whoever else that might be stepping up to get some sacks as well. Princely, Scorton, etc. So, yeah, I'm excited about linebackers, Cole. I would be shocked if it didn't work. The only way it wouldn't work would be like the injury bug gets us, something like that. Beyond that, I can't see it not working.
Pickle, I'm going to go to you on both of these players, and then I'll round out the conversation with what I feel about Lloyd. Phillips is going to be a good player, but my just thirst for linebacking play and then us just getting Lloyd, it kind of overshadows that to me personally, even though he might not even be the better player. We'll just see how it plays out. But it's just Pickle. Like we finally got some real names in here, man. It feels so weird. We're shopping in the right places at the right positions, and we're hitting on that shit now. And we're not even having to break the bank. It's a normal NFL team running now. How you feel about that?
I like it a lot. Some people will make a say that maybe Phillips is a little overpaid, but you look at the details of the contract, Lloyd's a little underpaid, so it balances out. It will balance out. So, and we do need this training camp or this off season. Dan has reinvented it. He's attacked the off season like he does, and I guess to say after all these years, my friend, we can finally bury the wasteful free agent bullshit that haunted this team for years. I told a friend today on that's a Lions fan, and he asked me about Panther that signed with the Lions this week, and I told him what I thought about one of them, and I said I'm just not used to the Panthers being active in free agency.
That's
like
how
this.
I am. I'm still
And he
overwhelmed.
understands that, and we fans will get, and we got to be careful not to get too used to it. But
Yeah,
I love how Dan attacks the needs to where when he gets in the draft, where we're at now, we have no unearthly idea where we could go first. Like we don't have any true big fat eyeball glaring issues.
No.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, it does.
Some will tell you that we do.
You can name tight end. Some people are going to looking at this pod right now screaming, "You idiot! We have a desperate need of tight end. We don't have any receiving tight end for the love of God. We don't have anybody. All we got is Nick Scott and safety. Glory God, what are you, a fool?" Yeah, I've been called worse. So, it's each to their own.
It sounds like me sometimes. It sounds like quarrels I would have.
It does.
I totally understand that sentiment.
Right. And if that's the way they really want to feel, Cole, they have a right to feel that way. I'm not clowning them, really. I hope they know that. It's just, hey, and if they want to feel that, they're by more empowered to feel that way. And listen, if they want to, I'll have a conversation with them.
Yep.
I have before. I have with you. I know a lot of people really, really want a
we're not one of those
tight end. And I'm to the opinion that I'm not certain that this offense knows what to do if they had one, because most of your receiving tight ends in the draft are not guys that are going to line up next to a tackle and block if the quarterback has to call an audible where the tight end has to stay in and block. I'm not certain these tight ends would be the best guy to do that with.
I agree.
And when you draft the tight end, that's part of the job. Let's be honest. Trey Sanders, TJ Sanders had a lot of those issues last year. He was, they called audibles where he had to stay in line as an inline tight end and block, and he failed.
And that's pivotal in our offense. If you can't block, you're not going to get on the field.
Right. So if he's your number two, if you go get a stud tight end and you plan to start, let's hypothetically say they draft one in the first round, what, he going to be your number two? And then Bryce needs to call an audible? Who's going to stay in and block, bro? You got, what's his name, Zadiq or whatever, that tight end? And you got Sanders lined up, both tight ends, in a 2 tight end set. Somebody has to stay in and block. Who are you going to have to stay in and block?
I don't think you want to hear that answer, because I think
Sadiq's
a better blocker already than JT is.
So
that's me.
So that's the problem that the Panthers are having, and they need to look into that. And at the same time, Lloyd's number he had in Jacksonville was 0, and Sanders having 0. So, if you tell when Sanders got 0. He got 0 because he felt he had to work hard in training camp to be able to switch to the number 0 his rookie year, and he thought he achieved that. And then he had a bad year last year. After one bad year, he loses his favorite number to a linebacker, no less. I mean, you got to think of all these things in this process.
That's very true.
It's
got to make that shit work.
Yeah, exactly. You can't always look and say, "Here's the guy I want. This is where we need to go get." Don't always work that way.
Pickle, I need a favor from you, my friend. Go ahead and get that video queued up for Devin Lloyd. I want to circle back because I haven't gave this enough due diligence yet. That D's touched on how much this linebacker signing of Devin Lloyd means to me personally as a fan, because I'm not trying to hold the man to Luke Kuechly standards, but longtime Panther fans, we are longtime Panthers fans. Y'all will understand.
I hope you're doing well today.
We are traditionally spoiled with our linebacking play. Even far before Luke Kuechly, it's always been one of the bona fide top positions on this team. You used to never have to worry about our linebackers or our defensive line. And D's, I'm just extremely proud that we're getting back to that. It feels like we're getting back to our roots of trying to play a very physical brand of violent football, and I can't be more excited about that, my friend.
Dan Morgan was always going to lead us back home. That's just facts.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Morgan's played in the Super Bowl for the Panthers. Hell, he set the record for most tackles while he was at it. You know what I mean? And
I don't think nobody's going to beat it.
No, right. And he set the standard here in a lot of ways. I know he had a lot of injury troubles during his career, but Dan Morgan was 100% a Panther. And
his mentality, man.
And if you don't think he doesn't believe in this team and he's not going to return us to the former glory that we saw back in the early 2000s, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Dan Morgan is locked in on this, moving us in the right direction. I always knew that he was going to find us a great linebacker one way or the other, and he did. He just happened to do it through free agency. He took a swing in the draft on Trevin Wallace, gave him a couple years. Mm-hmm. Things weren't looking like, the way that Dan maybe had envisioned that. Mm-hmm. And it was time to change course and go a different directions. And the different direction was probably the best linebacker or the best linebacker, middle linebacker in free agency in Devin Lloyd.
I agree.
And there was no doubt in my mind that Dan was going to do this. It was just a question of when. And the answer was this offseason, Cole. No reason not be excited.
Pickle and D's, y'all correct me if you know the source for this information, but I did read an article, heard on the radio, etc., that the pedigree of the linebackers Devin Lloyd is familiar with, and that was an enticing thing for him to come here, working with Dan Morgan on the contract, knowing Luke Keeley had been here. He's ready to feel like the next wave of that heritage, I feel like.
Right. And Devin Lloyd has said he was talking on XM radio a couple of days ago that he was that he had already been in when he was asked. He said, "I've already been in contact with Thomas Davis and Luke Keeley, and we're all."
It's a brotherhood, man. They've let him in already.
Right, we're going to sit down together this summer and watch some film together, and they're going to try to coach him what he needs to know to be as good on film as they were, because that's what he wants to do. There's an element to this, and even today's standards, nobody was as good as Luke Keeley. That's what a lot of these young backers want to be. They want to be as good as Luke Keeley. So
and I think
a linebacker that you can't take off the field. And
I'm not going to say he's going to be better than Keeley, but as far as like the leadership role, I think this dude has the potential to be the closest thing we've had that since Keeley and Thomas Davis as leaders. But yeah, we're going to listen to this, Pickle. If you feel like pulling the plug at any point in time, you're handling the keys to that, brother. Have at it.
I was going to say real quick, it goes even deeper, dude, because we're playing in the Hall of Fame game. We're going to see the beginning of Keeley getting inducted to the Hall of Fame, and all that's going to play out this year too, man. It goes even deeper than that. Like, it's going to be shoved in the players' faces. It's going to be part of the organization. It's going to be ringing out on social media. So, yeah, the Keeley thing, it's a big to-do this year, guys. It's not a little thing. It's a big deal.
And if I could reach out, and maybe it'll never get there, but Mr. Tepper, during the Hall of Fame game, it would do every Panther fan extremely proud for you to permanently retire the number 59. Nobody that ever wears a Panther jersey should ever wear the number 90 or the number 59. When a player gets in the Hall of Fame, the number is permanently retired from the Carolina Panthers archive.
Amen, and I endorse that.
Now let's listen to this guy.
Absolutely. I'm excited about him.
Maybe if I hit the right button.
Hey, Devin.
I am. Likewise.
Great. Over the past several years, the Panthers' league-wide reputation remained near the bottom in NFLPA player polls. But Dan Morgan went out and signed 3 of the top free agents and made several other key moves. Number one, what attracted you to the Panthers, and is the Morgan Canales culture, is it helping change the perception players have of the Panthers franchise?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to be attracted to when it comes to the team, and ultimately that's why I ended up signing here. I think there's a lot of great pieces on defense, for one, and obviously being, a defender. That was one thing that I was looking for. You got a number of players, Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, obviously two most notable, but Trayvon. There's guys all over the defense that make plays, and I just want to come in and be a part of that playmaking unit and help elevate it the most I can. Obviously, Dave Canales. I think he's a great head coach, and he's got this team playing ball the right way. And so for me, I just want to come in and do my part and help this team maximize what we can do.
What is the word on the street, so to speak, of the Panthers' two other players in the league, and how has it changed over the last couple of years?
Well, that all depends on who you ask, who you talk to. It could be different depending on where you ask. I think, I guess it's not something I never necessarily really focused on, I guess you could say, until I was in free agency. More so players kind of focus on their team. Obviously, you look around and see who's doing what. I would say, looking at the Panthers last year from the outside in, it was a talented team that, had a lot of really good pieces all over the place. And just an ascending team. Jacksonville was like that at one point as well. Just an ascending team. And, obviously, made it to the playoffs, hosted a home playoff game, which is huge. And now it's time to take that next step. And so I'm really excited to be a part of taking that next step.
Yeah, I just want to finish up with one quick, hard-biting question. Who do you have for the basketball tournament with it starting today?
Oh, shoot. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
You didn't fill out a bracket?
No, I did not.
Okay. Hey, have a good one. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey,
We'll go
Devin.
by Kay, followed by David Newton.
Hey, Devin, welcome. Congratulations on the contract. I was curious, how much did coaching from scheme to your position coach to your defensive coordinator help you kind of reach a career year last season?
I think, when we talk about coaching, coaching helps develop players. Obviously every player is talented and they have skill set, and now it's on coaches at all levels, from high school all the way up to the NFL to really help those players get the most out of the talent that they have. So, you asked me specifically, I had great coaches last year, and they definitely helped me just take a next. I say, I give the most credit to them. They helped me use my hands. That was one thing they emphasized and really, hone in pretty much every day at practice. It was use your hands. So you can play violent, you can play physical in the run game, shut off blocks, make plays. That was the thing that Coach Camp and Coach Tim Lukabu emphasized the most. And that's what I give them the most credit for. And then, scheme wise, it comes down to, no matter where you're at, having your players be in the right position to make the most plays as possible.
And then in the passing game, linebackers all have their specialties, but you seem to excel both in coverage and blitzing. How much do you have to kind of weigh that within your own game? Obviously you can make plays in coverage, but you also know you can get to the quarterback.
Yeah, that just comes down to the situation. Obviously, I think from a coach's lens, you want to put your playmakers in position, and it's finding the best way to do that. Obviously, I won't be the only playmaker on the team. We got playmakers all over the place. So for him, it's Coach E, it's, how can I get all my guys going, doing what they're best at situationally. It's like, okay, right now it's his time. Okay, now in this next series, we're going to go, get him going, and just like offense coordinator, trying to get their receivers going or running backs going. Defensive coordinator, same thing. You got guys all over the place. So it's just situationally, and calling it at the right time.
Thanks, Devin.
Hey, Devin. David Newton with ESPN.com. Welcome to Charlotte.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, Luke Fortner said the other day that you were so intense in practice that you had to tell you to calm down sometimes. Give me an example of that, and what's that say about you?
Specific example, I just go hard at practice. I really, try to treat practice like the game as much as I can. And obviously there's a time and a place to, be physical, I guess you could say. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say, if you're playing without pads, that's the most, that's the smartest time to be physical, but you can always play fast. You can always play with great technique. You always play just flying around the field really at 100 miles an hour. And I think that's what he was referring to. Sorry, what was the second part of your question?
Well, that was pretty much it. I wanted to also ask you too. I mean, the Jaguars didn't pick up your 5th-year option. How did that impact you looking elsewhere, and how things kind of turned out for your?
Yeah, as far as the 5th-year option, whenever I found out the news, it was just more so, okay, like at this point now I know, this is effectively a 1-year prove deal, or this is my last. Like a contract year, I guess you could say. That's what the term that everybody says. It was more so just me understanding, like, okay, after this year, I'm going to be a free agent. Especially with the linebacker tag and it being mixed in with pass rushers. So, that's just the reality of it. You look at that and you look at it and you're realistic with yourself. But other than that, it was just more so just playing ball. I didn't put too much into it. At the end of the day, I just went out and attacked each day and, let the day stack.
And what makes you so good in coverage?
I think it's just a natural feel. You're looking at the quarterback, a lot of plays I made in zone coverage, and you just have a feel for looking at the quarterback, knowing where he wants to go. I think knowing the route concepts is huge. So it's really about getting to your landmark as quick as possible, and then that allows you to play off the routes versus, I see a lot of linebackers, what we call drifting. They're not set. Their feet aren't set, and it doesn't allow them to get their feet getting their feet to the ground and make plays on the ball in the air. So it comes down to technique, a feel for the game, and ultimately, when the ball's in the air, it's a mentality of that's your ball.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Great answer.
We'll go with Joe Person, followed by Alex Zitlow.
Hey, Devin, it's Joe with The Athletic. Congrats on the contract.
Thank you.
You were asked earlier about kind of your versatile skill set. And I just wondered, this ended up being kind of a free agency for linebackers where a lot of y'all didn't get what the so-called experts were projecting. Was that a surprise to you, given all that you do, like because you're not just a guy playing the run first and second down?
It was, but that's just the way the market went this year, and that's what it was.
And then I know you said you didn't spend a lot of time, obviously, when you were in Jacksonville studying the Panthers, but over the course of the last week, or maybe even in free agency, when you heard they were going to be interested. Did you dig into this defense, and what are your conversations with Jarrell been like in terms of your role and expanding your role?
They were brief, but I know they're excited just about obviously getting me in the defense, getting Jalen in the defense, and obviously all the pieces that we have. So more of those talks will happen whenever, we get things going at OTAs. Right now, it's just about getting settled in Charlotte. And pretty much that.
You and Jalen were among the top 3 free agents, any position in a lot of the rankings, including ours. What was it like when you saw him come here, and then a little later in the day, or, I guess into the evening, you follow him, and what was your reaction?
It was exciting. He's a hell of a player. The way he plays the game, he's just very aggressive, and even I've had coaches that have talked about him as well, and they agree. They echo the same thing. So I'm excited to play with him. And like I said, we have guys all over that I'm excited to play with as well. Whenever you look at our defense and, the things that Dan was doing and is doing actively with our team, you can't help but, be optimistic for the future and what we're going to do on Sundays.
Thanks, Devin.
Hey, Devin, Alex here with the Charlotte Observer. Welcome to Charlotte, man.
Thank you.
I wanted to quickly follow up about the question about your 5th-year option. I understand that you said that you didn't put much stock to it. It wasn't like a thing that made you hungrier, so to speak, or anything like that. And I'm curious, where does that I don't know, level-headedness come from?
Ultimately, it stems in my faith. I think everything ultimately goes back to my faith and just understanding it as God's plan. You know, it'll never truly be how, you know, I envision it. It's always going to be how he envisions it, how it plays out. And even if it's whether it goes my way or whether it doesn't, I know it's all going to work out. So it's just trusting him and day by day, just accepting what comes to you, obviously attacking each day. And from your perspective, from my perspective, trying to get the most out of each day, but not getting too high, not getting too low on anything that happens, just trying to see things from the right lens. Nice.
And then I also wanted to ask about your parents were both in the Navy, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I'm just curious how that impacted you personally and then also in your football journey.
Yeah, the biggest thing with my parents being in the Navy is discipline, just doing all the little things right. Obviously, at home, you know, they're pretty strict. So, you know, I think everything starts at home, too. Just all the little things, you know, cutting the grass on Saturday mornings, having to get up on your own to cut the grass, or washing cars, or keeping your bathroom and your room clean, just all the little stuff, doing your homework, you know, being a good student. All those things you start to add up to the point where now it's who I am. It's part of my identity, just being disciplined. And nobody has to tell me to get up and go work out, you know. And over the years, it's built up to, you know, now it's a part of my lifestyle. So I'd say that's the biggest thing.
Wonderful. Thanks, man.
We have time for a few more. We'll go with Cass, followed by Sheena.
Hey, Devin, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Sorry, my camera's not working, so
It's okay.
just use your imagination. Real curious, just wanted to follow up on that. Did you ever consider going into the Navy?
I think there was an option at one point where coming out of high school, if I didn't go to college, it would be the Navy. But my head was so focused and I was so determined on going to college and playing football. So that was never really an option for me per se, but it was always there. It was always available. Like that was, I guess you could say, the plan B. But for me, there really was no plan B. Like that was never anything that I really wanted to do.
And then what I also really wanted to ask was, Luke Fortner talked about facing you in practice earlier this week and like how sometimes like he did have to tell you like, dude, it's not Sunday. What was that? What were those reps like from your perspective facing him? And now you'll get to do it again here.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I go hard at practice and, you know, like I said, there's a time and a place to be smart, not be as physical, be more technical. And I think over the years you learn, you know, especially when you're young, it's like, okay, like I'm trying to get after it, I'm trying to make a play. And now you're more considerate, I guess you could say, of your teammates as you grow over time. There's a time and a place. But yeah, I go hard at practice. You know, for me, you know, you got to treat practice as much as you can like a game, depending on the situation. And so I'm sure, yeah, he has some stories of us going at it. I mean, you know, he's a linebacker. I'm a linebacker. He's a center. So we would have a lot of battles, you know. So, yeah, I'm sure he brought that up.
Thank you.
Hi, Devin. Sheena Quick, Fox Sports Radio. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm well.
Well, for starters, welcome to Carolina. I know
you.
you talked a lot about how important the lineage of linebackers in Carolina, you know, affected your decision. Did Dan Morgan and the GM being a former linebacker that had success with this particular franchise, did that weigh in on your decision at all? And how were those conversations with him?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge plus. You know, obviously, he knows what it takes, you know, to play my position at a high level in this league and just my position in general throughout his football career. And so that's a huge plus. And I think that's why we connected, because I feel like in many ways we do see the game the same.
And the second, just a follow-up question on that. I know we have heard about your tenacity and your intensity for every rep, whether it's game or practice. And sometimes, you know, there's these narratives that float around during free agency, draft period, or whatever, things like that. Do you think that, and how do you view that? How do you, you know, get around that and kind of, I guess, express who you really are as a person in addition to the player that you are on the field when it comes to shopping around during free agency?
I'm not sure all the way what the narratives are. I don't really focus too much on that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Great answer.
All right, last question. Bash time.
Hi, Devin. Welcome to Carolina. Just a quick question. We
Thank you.
talked about the fifth-year option. Did Jacksonville express interest in bringing you back?
There was an offer on the table.
That's it. Okay. Thank you.
And he didn't want to be there.
All right, Devin, that's all the questions we have for you today. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
All right.
He even reiterated that, Pickle. He said that it was a big deal for him to come here. And I don't see how that just doesn't make you feel amazing about this signing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the simple fact is, shout out to the Beat Report Media. They tried a few times to coax him into answering the question that he wasn't going to answer. And shout out to him. I appreciate that.
Talking about a professional, 100% professional, Pickle.
Yes.
I mean, I liked him before, but Jesus, really? He just had a great opening interview right there. I am very impressed with him. I think we have a linebacker that is going to be very instinctual on the field, and that's how he's going to make his plays in coverage, Pickle. He's going to be all over these route combinations that these receivers are going to show. And I feel like he's just getting to his prime right now. We hadn't seen the best from him.
Absolutely. And the best thing, one thing that I do like about him is the fact he's a professional. He wants to be here. Shout out to our friend Bee's Knees says he wants to be here, and he does. He absolutely wants to be here, and that means a lot.
I'm not used to that.
At least not lately. Be here, right? Exactly. He wants to be here. We know. Listening to Phillips, he wants to be here. Kenny Pickett wants to be here, and a lot of people may give Kenny down the road, but he's a quality backup quarterback, and that's what he is. I'm not going to criticize the man a lot because he's a backup quarterback for a reason. People forget you have a backup as a backup for a reason. If every backup in the league could start, none of these, over half of these high-priced quarterbacks wouldn't have their high price they have now. So, excuse me. Anyway, but and I do like the fact that he wants to be here, and shout out for that. Appreciate that.
That kind of professionalism, though, is a guy that's going to be a leader in the locker room, Pickle. And I think that might matter more than anything because you look at how young we are. We got to remember that last year. Start the season, the Panthers had more rookies on their roster than they ever had in their history before, or tied for that number, whatever it was. It was like 15 or 13 or something like that. And you bring in a guy that's a high-touted free agent like Devin Lloyd, and he delivers his first press conference with this kind of composure and this kind of professionalism. And you can only see how that's going to translate into the locker room and lead.
Absolutely.
Guys that are
try again.
Older guys. These 4 and 5 years. Like last week, we were talking about Jackson Proctor. I think Proctor's 20. Devin Lloyd's 26. How much could Devin Lloyd teach a guy like Caden Proctor? You know what I mean? At 26 years old compared to 20, a lot about life, a whole lot about life, and a whole lot about NFL football and how to handle the success and the fame and the money and everything else. And it's a lot going on, man. And you want a guy like Devin, who knows how to keep professional, who's been disciplined his entire life. He talked about being raised by 2 military members, proud service people. Thank you so much for your service, Devin Lloyd's parents in the Navy.
Appreciate that.
And and it's a good vibe all the way around that you got this guy in the locker room, dude. And he's gonna meld right in with J.C. Horn, who's been stepping up as a leader. He's gonna meld right in with Derek Brown, who's been a leader. And now here's the guy that's in the middle of the defense calling the plays, for goodness sake.
There's your leader.
Yes. It's in so many different ways he's a leader, Cole. It's not just the fact that he did great last season in Jacksonville. That's not what it all is. There's more to it than that. It's how this guy's put together, how he carries himself, and how he talks to other players. All of that is going to make an impact on this team, not just his play.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. All right. I think are y'all anything else we need to cover with Devin Lloyd? New players? Will we move on to something else? Are we good?
No. for you.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Dillon.
Yeah, we
thing
need to
didn't
talk
move
about Dillon.
me
I'm sorry.
That much. It didn't move me as much as it did you, Cole. I know how you feel about the running back room. I know we needed somebody else. I don't even disagree with you that we needed somebody else. We got somebody else that's AJ Dillon. I think he's behind ETN. I don't even think he beats ETN out. I would like to know what the chat thinks, if they think Dillon beats ETN
That's
out.
interesting. That's a really interesting conversation. I don't know the answer to that one.
I think where you are on this is you're kind of expecting maybe Chuba to struggle with injuries this year and then Brooks to struggle as well with injuries. And that may very well be the case. And you might be
one of the two is going to get banged up.
I'll apologize to
you
on your show. I have no problem with that. But
it's okay. I don't want to be right in the wrong way.
I don't want you to be right either. If things don't go south with injuries, I think Dillon's behind ETN. And let us know in the chat what you think about that.
Pick away. You feel about that.
I think we have about 7 running backs on this roster right now.
We're deep,
and we'll either keep 4 or 3. I'm asking the chat, name me after the 53-man roster is set. Name me the running backs on this roster.
It's tough right now, Pickle. We're talking about March.
I mean, in a hypothetically scenario, you got Chuba Hubbard.
Yes.
Jonathan Brooks, Trevor E.T.,
now
and
you got
AJ
Dillon. I think
if you think all 4 stay, put 4 in the chat. If you think one gets cut, put the name of that one that gets cut.
4, and they keep ETN for special teams.
That's a good answer. I haven't
Nobody wants to catch them punts, people.
I know, but
well, you're right.
Y'all
I
feel
put
me?
AJ back there. I mean,
no, it's a power back.
I got it. Put Kenny Pickett back there.
Can he catch? He can just fair catch it every time.
Well, I mean,
that would be better than what we do sometimes.
See, there's a lot of people. I count 2 people already. That's we're gonna keep 4.
4. I like to say 4 is a good answer. Keep them all, because there's no way you're going the whole season with that. You're not.
No, I think they're right. I think 4 is the answer. I think all 4 do make the roster. I think we need a veteran like Dillon. When you got, I mean, I know Chuba's our leader, right? Chuba's our rah-rah guy. I'm going to be on the last one on the practice field guy. But, Dillon's been in the league a while. He's not super old or anything. I think he was 27, somewhere around there. All the guys we grab are around the same age. They have a complete plan to what they're doing. They're waiting. They're grabbing these guys hoping they pop is what they're doing, which makes a lot of sense. But as far as this running back room, man, I think they want to go younger. I think they want to find Chuba an exit, to be honest, Cole, if you're not the biggest Chuba fan. And everybody, be your own fan. Like who you want to like. It's totally fine.
Oh, absolutely.
I used to like some players that were just
horrible,
awful.
And I'm not the fan that wishes bad for Chuba.
Before the show, I mentioned the running back, and way back in it was either way back in the early 2000s, after we went to the Super Bowl in 03, I fell in love with a rookie running back that we drafted. I watched a little bit of tape on him at the time that I could get, and I thought Eric Shelton was going to be the next Hall of Famer. And he was god awful. I didn't start not liking him until he was cut.
Yep.
But then this other guy, this bald-headed dude named Nick Goings, he was going to get his one opportunity to see what he could do, and I thought, oh God, what a dumbass we're going to be stuck with. And he turned out to be really good. So
he wasn't bad.
Sometimes first impressions are extremely bad.
It's crazy that we watched that much of Panthers history. I mean, pretty much the whole thing. Pickle was wild. D's as well. I know you've been here for damn near all of it. Look, let me ask y'all something right quick. Since we're already 45 minutes in, Pickle, on this mock draft, you just want to do 3 rounds and we just take our time talking about it instead of dragging it out 7? Cool with that, D's? How you feeling about that?
It don't matter.
We can do the whole thing if y'all want to.
We'll just do the whole thing and see what happens.
Okay.
Well, see, I'm not going to get into these long, drawn out debates about our 6th-round draft pick. I could care less.
No, you know I'm not either. We're going to roll through that.
Right.
That's the only thing that dragged it out last week is we got into this knockdown, drag out discussion on who we're going to grab in the 6th round.
And we don't have that many needs. So, I mean, the conversation.
The Carolina Panthers, it really don't matter. It's going to be okay.
The fate's not on the line anymore with these picks.
Yeah.
No.
Shout out to Michael Weidrich, who said he had a Nick Dillon jersey.
Shout out to him for that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Bees Knees, Ayo, all y'all. I see you. I appreciate you for being here. I really do. All right, Pickle, my man. You got this mock draft ready to fire up? I see the lights coming. You're getting it.
That's a fired retro jersey to have. Mike, do you still got your Nick Dillon jersey? Or
I know. I was thinking about retro jerseys when you said that.
Yeah, that's a good one to have. That was the Reebok one and everything. I love my Dan Morgan Reebok.
I would like to have a Mentor one in the Reebok one for some reason.
They're not. Nice. You can get them secondhand. They're not expensive. They're really not.
I'm sure.
Oh wow.
Pickle, what are you seeing? Anybody drop that we wanted? Or anybody go that we wanted?
We'll go over.
Okay.
We'll go over.
It's a little. I can't see. There we go. I can't. That's on me. My screen won't blow it up.
Okay. Are you good, D's?
It's me. My screen wasn't maximized. It is now. Pickle with straight.
Okay. I'm gonna reject this trade.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't. We ain't trying to trade back tonight. Or maybe you are trying to trade back.
No, not really.
Nah.
Not really. I thought about it, but I don't feel like it. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I just wanted what I thought was.
You see that?
Yeah, what I thought.
Go ahead.
Did he go right before us?
Yep.
Yeah, he did. I saw that. That's what I was
graphics ruined again.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Jeremiah Love goes to 2 for the Jets.
Jesus
that would be
Christ,
wrong, wouldn't it? That's
something they would do. Though. I'm not even shocked.
But hey, listen, if I'm the
playmakers,
if I'm the Jets, that's what I'm doing. Because listen, taking quarterbacks never worked out for him. I'm going to take a running back, and I'm going to build up my offensive line, and I'm going to build up my defense, and I'm going to run the heck out of that football.
Absolutely. Keep the pressure off the quarterback.
They even took a cornerback, one of my Tennessee quarterbacks, real high. The Saints took Gerald McCoy at 8. But my man, I wanted.
Oh no!
18 to the he was the Vikings had one of their legendary tight ends or legendary safeties retiring. So
Pickle, is there any chance we get thirsty and trade up 2 or 3 spots for him?
I hope. I mean, I like to. I wouldn't care to, but I don't know that some of these guys are going to be there. I really think Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end, ain't going to be there. That's going to be our hard part here. A lot of fans like Sadiq; they absolutely love him, but
I mean, he's a fantastic prospect, Pickle. I mean, maybe the Panthers are trending in that direction where we can do that. I mean, the signing of Rasheed Walker was the biggest key, right? We got a guy who can actually play left tackle. We don't have to worry about left tackle. We still can build towards a future at tackle if we would like to, but at least we're secure, and Bryce should be safe for this season, barring an injury, right? Because we don't have anybody behind him that I know of particularly. Not to play left.
Well, he's shorter than I thought he was. He's only 6'3", but
that's still tall. 241.
He's physical and he's muscular. So it's not that he's scared to block or he can't block. He's just never been force fed to block, and as they do in Oregon.
Because he's great at outrunning linebackers. That's what the man does for a living.
Pickle, I'm not going to read this whole thing. Scroll up for me, my friend. I saw a characteristic trait that I would like to read to y'all, if I can find it. Just hold on there for a second.
Yeah, Michael, I was going to get Theodem was my pick.
Yeah, and he's gone though. We can't touch him.
He went a pick early. So,
All right, Pickle, scroll up just a little bit more, and then if I can't find it, we'll just forget about it. I saw something I really like. Okay, here we go. All right, hold on. Okay, I see it in the middle of the screen. In 2025, he realized his potential as the true tight end one of the 26 class, accruing the 51 catches for 560 and 8 tutties. I like that. At on 6'3", he has a hyper-dense muscular frame, which combines athleticism, fluidity, and speed. Well, it might be something. And then I don't know how good of a blocker he is. I mean, obviously every tight end say they're working on their blocking pickle, but if he has any kind of efficiency in that, that might not be a bad pick.
Right.
We can definitely look around. I'm not ready to say him yet. I would even look at Caden McDonald from Ohio State. He's a little bit below where we would pick at, but he's one player, and him as well. I know he's on the board. The safety.
I like him as well.
God, 6'4", dude.
Yeah,
he's a 6'4" safety.
Yeah, no complaints from me if we went that route. If the Panthers went that route, excuse me.
Right.
Or us. Our mock draft don't matter, but of course the Panthers go that way. Either way, I'm cool with that. I like the Peter Woods pick there, guys.
I like Peter Woods.
I do.
You know, the next Invaders episode coming out, we did a community post and a chat spotlight. Remember, if you comment on the community post on Wednesday, you may be featured in the chat spotlight when the Invaders video comes out for the week. So keep that in mind. And also those comments that are on the Invaders video, we will go over those too. We'll spotlight those as well. But Peter Woods is a guy that could bolster this defensive line. Like I said, we spent a lot of time last night talking about the loss of A'Shawn Robinson and how that affects this defensive line going forward. Of course, all Panthers fans are going to say, well, I want Cam Jackson to step into that role. What if Cam's not ready, is my question to you. What if Cam's not ready? Should we look maybe that way in the draft with somebody taking a little higher caliber like a Peter Woods from Clemson? So that would be someone I would seriously consider here. And I wanted to also point out to the chat and the people that listen to this video later that there's a lot of Panthers fans that are screaming Sadiq. We got to take him. We've got to take him. He's very important to this offense. He's another weapon for Bryce. And I agree with all that. He is a weapon for Bryce. And resolving left tackle may free us up to do that. And if we bring him here, I'm going to be completely happy and excited about having him here as a tight end. But me and Pickle haven't seen that as a priority so far. So we'll see what happens with it going forward, Pickle. I'm going to let you take the reins.
All right. So who we want, y'all? Defense, offense, the tight end. Cole, who you got?
Me personally, Pickle, go to defensive tackle. I'd like to compare Woods and McDonald one more time, and I'm probably going to go with my answer there. It's probably going to be Woods, but I want to look at McDonald.
McDonald's more of a nose tackle, bro.
Really?
I mean, he's got an awesome explosive attack, and it says here it's raw power. I watched some tape on him. He's okay, but he's more of a shed the block. He's not really that blitzing, attacking. He'll attack the offensive lineman, but in the NFL, some of the moves I saw him do at Ohio State in the NFL, he won't be able to do. I mean.
Okay, with that being said, I think I'm sold, and y'all have already said you're cool with it. I'm getting pretty serious about having a real legit running mate to go beside Derek Brown and Pickle. I know you said we've had this conversation, went back and forth, that's overrated sometimes, but if you put a legit another interior defensive tackle in there with Derek Brown, like Peter Woods, I think they could both thrive. Because you can't double and triple team them both. It's impossible.
Right. Well, it's Peter Woods, you'll be the very first Clemson player ever.
With a bang, too, in the first round.
At 19, too.
Do not disappoint.
We'll call some shit. I like it, though. Roll with it.
Yeah, I don't know where else we would have went. The first mock draft.
You could have sold me on the safety. You could have. I think it was just a Toledo thing. That was.
I wanted the safety, but I wanted the safety, but he on this board he's ranked 30th and 19 to 3rd. If I traded it back a little bit, I made it with a 13.
Sure.
But I just wasn't ready to. And listen, the rankings here may not be the rankings you see online or in real life by any means.
Ooh, that's salty about Brooks in the chat. I see you, AJ, getting salty. You better save that one for a Monday, buddy.
No trade.
Okay.
I'm pretty much set in stone on this round too, I believe.
You're good. You're good. I'm good. Here we go. We've got Chris Johnson, a corner from San Diego. We got a safety from LSU, a tight end, Dowers from Vanderbilt, Jordan Rodriguez, and Jake Goldenday.
Deez, I think I'm still taking J-Rod right here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been our go-to, and Panthers fans are on board with it as well. And you talk about depth, my Lord, quality depth. I mean, well,
yeah,
that's the benefit. He don't have to go out there right now
this year beside Lloyd.
Right,
But
and listen,
I don't know if he does or not.
Right, beside Lloyd, who you want besides Lloyd? A chance for Rodriguez to do it, or you just gonna put Wallace out there again? Somebody's got to know.
I'd go J-Rod. That's an easy decision for me if that's how you're going to present it.
I mean, they brought Incombe back. They brought Chairless back all this week. Like, they really filled out the depth.
You need your other starter right there. But those two are great depth pieces, and I like Claudin a lot.
Right,
the mustache, Mr. Mustache. Take Mr. Mustache. But yeah, I don't
listen. You can't beat that mustache.
I don't think that's a bad pick. We run to the board if that's up there.
No, he's huge. The guy barely has a neck, Cole.
Yeah.
I mean,
besides all
and
that,
I wasn't always the biggest fan. He's turned it on like a lot in the group.
Besides all that, if we didn't select him, our man Jay could be up here a little bit, rag us all out.
Yeah. How to hear about that? We can't pass that up.
Yeah. Well, they're bound and determined to get us the trade.
Go away, bro.
Seriously. We're bound to determine to soup up this defense on the path we're on here.
Now, if we do a trade with Dallas in real life, I'm going to know something. Baltimore, I don't want to deal with you.
Isaiah,
what we got here.
Oh, it feels good to say we beat the Cowboys last year. Oh, it feels good. They're more desperate than we are. Let's go.
Pickle, you might be on to something right here. I might not want to shop too much.
I've read some on him. He's got a very high IQ. In my time off from my COVID illness, I have researched a lot of these draft picks.
Been doing your homework, huh?
I have.
Good man.
Ramsey's a good safety.
I didn't even have time to read all that stuff you were posting, Pickle. I can't keep up with you. I gotta work.
I know it.
I'm cool with it if you want to go there. I really don't see anything that's intriguing me too much more than that right now.
No, if Pickles doesn't look them up and he says it's a solid third-round pick, I mean, you're talking about a guy that's probably going to replace Nick Scott next year.
Right.
Him or oh God, why did I pull a
Ransom
blank now? Ransom. Why him to replace Nick Scott? Right. So I think it's on board if Pickles researched him and we got his voucher for him. I mean.
Moving right along.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please don't keep falling. Okay, I don't know where he went. He almost fell to us. He went to Tampa.
Who was you looking at?
My tight end from NC State.
Oh, okay.
He's legit. He ain't better than Sadiq, but he was hell of a playmaker. Does great things after he catches the ball.
Yeah, Brooks brought up another good point in the chat. Lloyd didn't say anything about Wallace during that interview. We watched all 10 minutes.
Wallace doesn't exist in his mind right now. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it, but
like that.
Well, I mean, he may not have.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't see Wallace. He doesn't face Wallace.
That's not a threat.
He may have not, and Wallace he realistically may have not even met Wallace yet.
We're fourth round. Pickle, go to all right here. You think it has to be offense right here? I want to see all.
Well, I mean, I like to get a center at some point, but
we could do it now. It'd be a perfect time.
We do need one. Is there even one worth getting in the fourth round? Is my question.
I just saw it.
Yes.
We could go Parker.
We could go Parker. He's probably the only one left, though.
Well, if he's the only one left, you better get him now if you want one, because I promise you we need a depth.
That's not bad. It's like less than 10 picks on a reach, so that's fine. You can go Park.
We haven't had any Brady Christensen news. We haven't had any Austin Corbett news. We know we need a center.
That was a safe pick. Good
Because
call.
if we don't draft a center, then they'll probably select. They'll probably re-sign Austin Corbett, and we know B's knees don't want that.
I don't want that.
I don't particularly want that either. And I'm generally pretty nice with my takes. I would rather move on. Just from what we've seen the last 3 seasons, I don't think there's enough there that we need to reinvest in it.
Oh, here it comes. Never mind. Here comes our picks. I'll say that afterwards.
All right, you want to look at this trade?
I think I'm good on trades, man. Unless y'all want to. If you see something that intrigues you, by all means.
It'd be cool if we had a plan for these back-to-back picks, but I don't know that we do. Do y'all have two positions?
No,
you can always trade it. You can trade out if you want to.
Yeah.
We do got 2 picks.
Well, that's what I say. I've already exited out of it, but I would have accepted that trade.
You can propose a trade.
I don't want to go through all that.
You don't want to go through all that. You can't work backwards and see what's worth.
No, because I can't remember who offered the trade.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
Get out of that.
Let me see. I'll trade him 158.
Chat saying left tackle, offensive tackle, center, running back, and we need interior linemen in the draft for sure.
Okay.
129.
Yeah, we do need a guard. We've been grabbing that down here. We really have. We have been addressing that. We do need that depth severely. You think Zavala makes the team, Cole?
Hey, Pickle, get out of this and let's just take the picks.
Yeah, that's not.
Because D's got me scared right then. D's, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't think so. If you act right in the draft, I don't think Zavala makes the team.
I don't either.
No.
He hasn't been available,
listen,
man.
I watched that game the other day on NFL Network, the last game with the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was a barn burner, man.
I mean, we won that game, but let's be real, Zavala should have been cut after that game.
Bad deal there.
If I was head coach, I would have cut him after that game. I really would have. I'd have walked him clear out.
All right, we can do what we want to with this first pick, but I need to have a real conversation with y'all about the second pick. I don't know if you're gonna like it or not.
Yeah, it looks like chat's ready for some new guards, guys.
Get them a guard, for God's sakes.
We need something.
I can't disagree with them at all.
They are not pro Zavala or pro Corbett at all.
I'm not either.
No, we got one pro Brady in there, I see.
And that's
he could be back. He really could be back.
I have nothing
Brady
against re-signing Brady. But I'm going to say this. I've said it in every show or space that is brought up. I love Brady Christensen. And yes, I have told Cody like this myself. I don't think he stays healthy past 5 games. That's from preseason, training camp, on to regular season. I don't think he makes 5 games for the year. I hope he proves me wrong.
Yeah,
I think you might have stay right where you are. Roll down a little bit, Pickle. I just read something I really like about this guy.
So died.
All right, I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Oklahoma, and I can't pronounce his
around
name.
In the playoffs, he played both guard positions, and he had to switch positions in the playoffs, and he flourished through it. And
swing guard, right? We need a swing guard.
Here's what I like.
There it is, right there. He was a walk-on too, Pickle, at a small school. And built himself all the way up to a starter at Oklahoma.
And here's, I can't pronounce his name. Anchored at guard, sometimes switching between left and right in a pinch within games.
No, he moved to center. I'm sorry.
Before transitioning to center in the college football playoff in the wake of injuries. At center, he's balanced, snapping the ball, and making swift hand controls. Y'all.
So you got a center too, and a guard.
Yes.
Taking.
Yes. Yeah.
Knocking down 2 positions right there.
Then you grab that key left tackle or that key right tackle, the first pick next year. Like, it all really makes sense, honestly, when you start filling in the depth like this.
Right.
Because you got a 1 year stopgap. As long as Walker's healthy, man, we're good, dude. We got him and Timo. You know Timo's going to play. Timo will play hurt.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
I'm not selling him. Pickle, I'm not doing it. He's had some good games. We are not doing that.
Well, no, I saw somebody
him?
make a
It's a good value pick.
They made a mock earlier. Somebody did, and they drafted him. People were talking about him. So
He's not bad. I'm not jumping out of my chair for him, but he's not bad. Deez, can I say something a little controversial right now about this next pick?
It would break my heart if you did, but go ahead.
Panther Pickle, can you click on quarterbacks for me, please, sir?
Oh yeah, you know that. I wouldn't see Deez. I wasn't even going to say anything.
I knew exactly where he was going. I already knew, but we need to look for the fans. We're doing this for the fans of the Panthers. That's no other reason.
That's right.
We're going to come back to this screen right here before we make this pick, Pickle. Because at 159, I would take roll the dice on Drew. I really would.
Drew Allard.
I think I would roll the
dice.
dice.
I tell you what, you got the tackle. Why not take the quarterback from Clemson as well?
You want to go cupcake at 159?
No, not really. But
don't do that, Pickle. We will catch some of
Pickle's trying to break our draft, Deez.
Yeah.
174 would kind of mess it up a little bit.
He knows we would never hear the end of it, and he wants to rebut the people.
I might be a little unrealistic as well.
You're right.
It's too far away. I don't want somebody damn near 20 spots away.
Well, now you got to remember, our next pick is pick 200.
Aller's not going to make it there.
Did they update? Be there. Did we finally have
Look, Pickle, honestly, and the Colts drafted Dillon Green from Arkansas. I would look at him as well. Big and fast.
Yeah. If now listen, I would have I would have took Dillon Green. Green, that's fact. So like I'd take Allard, but I'm just telling you, if you really wants to take Allard, you got to do it now because he won't be there at 200.
No, he's not going to be there at 200. I know that.
And if I go to all, I really don't see anybody that stands out. I mean, that Blue&Black from
he's
Indiana,
a good running back.
He's a good running back, but
he's just going to be another body.
Our roster's full at running back. I mean, realistically.
Deez, what you got on your mind? You want another lineman?
He's a tackle, but he's a massive.
Holy shit, son!
He's
6'9",
346 pounds.
Pickle.
It wouldn't be stupid to take a tackle here, to be honest.
That might need to be.
But I mean, he lined up for Florida. Bell is a good athlete for his size, but is a natural fit. But is naturally a bit lumbering and slow in recovery. He's not the most flexible in his hips either, you think? Playing with proper leverage and pad level is a struggle. Yo, I can't.
A red shirt year would be perfect for him.
I can't back this one up. I've seen too many massive guys come in for defense and offensive line and get absolutely shown the door.
So you telling me Brian Burns will just run around him probably?
No, listen. If they get him down once, I don't know. He got the ability to get up by himself. I mean,
I'm not really moved by too much here.
That's me.
Yeah, that's my.
What do y'all move by? Do y'all want to get out of here and trade back?
Yeah. Dillon Green's already gone.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's the only one that kind of moves me of what I'm seeing.
Y'all want to go punter?
Deez, it kind of feels irrational. Would y'all really do a quarterback in the 5th round if it was the right person, though?
I would.
I think I would.
But I've often said that. Me and Deez got this thing between us. When I say draft a quarterback, he says UDFA.
Yeah, I have heard that before.
Well,
he likes the dude from Boise State. No, it's not Boise State. North Dakota. State. Yeah,
him. I would take him the 7th. maybe the 6th if I could talk to him and he was real smart. But I wouldn't take him in before. I wouldn't take him before the 6th round. Period.
We need to think like a
That's
Barry
reality.
here and just draft another safety.
Now, if I was Dave or Dan and I wanted to draft a quarterback, and I was at this situation I'm in on this mock, I would take Drew Allar because he's the best quarterback on this board that I want to draft. He played at Penn State, which isn't Georgia Tech, but then I'd turn around and still I'd still try to get Haynes King as a UDFA. So, what?
I would too, because I want him as a gadget guy anyway. I don't want him as a true stand-in-the-pocket quarterback. And that's why I'm not against the Drew Allard.
Where's King?
I got y'all want to do it, go for it. Because even Kenny Pickett talked about getting rehab.
I keep forgetting about Pickett. We're not
right. And remember, Pickett only signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah, but Dave fixes quarterbacks. And literally, Kenny Pickett signed up, said, "Hey, Dave, fix me. I want to get fixed as the quarterback." Right. He literally said that. But not word for word, but in a way.
Show everybody what he can do, and he gets to start he gets an opportunity. And listen, next year, Kenny likely ain't re-signing here for another year.
No.
If he does, it'll be a 1-year deal. But he's likely wanting to get rehab to be a starter.
Yeah, he's trying to get right and get paid. I mean, that's what everybody wants to do. That's all.
Right. And to me, Allar has got talent now. You present him with a quarterback guru like Canales. In 3 years, he'll be ready to be traded for a quarterback, or who knows what happens with Bryce Young and his contract situation.
And then if this year doesn't work out for Bryce, and then you want to go quarterback earlier in the draft next year,
then the 5th round pick, and the 5th round pick won't bother you. Yeah.
If Dave Canales keeps his legacy of rehabbing quarterbacks going to the NFL through the depths behind Bryce Young, Cole, do you know what that would mean for this franchise as far as trade value or whatever it might be? Everybody wants Carolina Panthers back up because they were under Dave Canales. Man, some crazy stuff could really happen because Dave has already done it in the past. No one else could help Geno Smith like he did. I know Baker made his comeback, but still, Canales was a big part of Baker's comeback. If he does it with somebody else like a Kenny Pickett, even if it's a small enough turnaround where Kenny gets a decent contract and only played in like 2 games or something,
right?
It totally could happen. I can see this whole thing playing out, and then maybe his draft picks become well-renowned as well as guys that are well-trained at quarterback and ready to go for other franchises. I mean, all that stuff really could play out for us, Pickle. We're early in Dave's career. He's only been a head coach 2 years. So much stuff could really happen go down the line.
Absolutely. You're not wrong.
Oh, see, I just don't want to wreck our draft and get a quarterback. You hate Bryce Young. We're not that kind of podcast.
No, this is about planning correctly for the replacement for Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I agree. And that's a great way to sell that shit if you honestly had to. So even more so, I'd go Allen or Allar. I don't know why I keep saying Allen.
Here we go. I'm tired of waiting. We went out.
Yep, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, me too. You talked me into it. I like it.
That if you draft a quarterback, when we draft a quarterback this year, it's more about replacement for Kenny Pickett than anything to do with Bryce. It really is a replacement.
I mean, Dave had Jake Plummer looking good for a couple preseason games. I mean, seriously, he really did.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Who knows?
I was thinking about that with Pickett too. If you get 2 good years out of him in preseason games, he'll have some value.
And listen, the Patriots drafted Joe Milton just to use him as a gadget guy. He turned out to be a pretty good quarterback, so they traded him to somebody else. Like they got another pick for him. So you never know how things lie. So, hey, cupcakes available.
That's why I'm over here smiling. We're not doing that. Oh, that's intriguing. That defensive tackle from Navy's kind of intriguing.
Yeah, but we already took the tackle.
I know he's a little undersized, but he is a monster.
Yeah, when you talk about somebody that's going to be competing with Turk Wharton, Cam Jackson, and LeBron Ray.
He might be cooked.
Well, I mean, let's be real. This is a 6th round, and if you're telling me this guy we drafted in the 6th round can't beat LeBron Ray, then he ain't worth drafting.
Well, he can beat Ray. He's better than Ray right now. You want to go that route because you can, because that's a solid one to do it. That bitch is 6'5", playing linebacker, son.
I think a corner at 200 has an okay chance of making the team, or maybe safety because he keeps so many.
I want to draft this Utah linebacker.
What is drafting him?
He's 6'5". That bitch is huge. Oh yeah, if that's our last pick, I'm definitely cool with doing that.
Yeah, it's okay. Grab a linebacker. He might make the team. He might beat out Incombe. It's possible.
We didn't draft a safety.
I told you.
We're all gravy, but besides.
That means we'll pick up 2 safeties on the waiver wire and 4 UDFA safeties, because that's just what we do every year.
Right.
Probably should have got safety where Aller was, but it's okay.
We pick them up and cut them. Pick them up and cut them.
Well,
we don't need no. You know what? We don't need no damn safety. How about that?
Hey man, we got Nick Scott. Come on, we've already got 5.
We got Ransom and
safeties. We've got 5 safeties on this roster right now.
Why can't we play Ransom and Merrick yet? We can't do that. Not a thing.
It's gonna be a special day when we do. Yeah, we do need a good nickel.
I thought that was the whole point of what we got going on.
Wasn't y'all talking about Corey Thornton's going to take over the nickel?
I keep forgetting about him. Yes, he's going to be a contributor. If he's healthy, he's going to be on the damn field.
I love Corey Thornton, man. I hope he does. I hope he comes back and takes the nickel spot and starts.
Yeah.
Well, that's mock draft 3.0, people. I like it. I like it a lot. I wish it gave us a score, but it's cool.
Read it to everybody. I can't see it real good.
Don't give us a score. The first pick, we have Peter Woods at pick 19.
Yep, there you go. You good.
And the second pick
was
Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker. Mm-hmm. Then we have Kimra Ramsey, a safety from USC. We did draft a safety. We forgot.
I forgot we got Kamari. Yeah, good Lord.
People said he researched him. That guy was good. Hey, would he start? Would he start over Nick Scott? That'd be my question.
Yes. No, I don't know.
Would he compete?
He compete. He compete all day. And then we got Parker Brasford, a center.
I don't even want you to try that one.
We got this guy from Oklahoma.
You got the guard.
We got Drew Allard as a replacement for Kenny Pickett. Then we got this 6th round pick Lander Barton, a linebacker from Utah, who's going to push for a special teams role.
And he's going to be best friends with Steve Smith.
He's going to be 6'4", coming down the field on the kickoff team, killing people.
He's going to fight like hell, and within a year become a starting linebacker in the NFL and demand to be paid $100 million a year.
I don't know.
Or even better, Dan Morgan's going to trade him for another Mike Jackson.
Ooh, there you go. Dan Morgan's going to trade him for a nickel corner somewhere, and that nickel corner is going to have a Hall of Fame career.
Now you're talking.
We can dream.
We're not dreaming too crazy. Dan Morgan's already pulled off a crazy trade like that worked out fantastic.
Oh, you're right.
He might do it again.
Dan
Justin
Morgan,
Simmons.
man,
isn't that who it was?
Yep.
Out of Michigan.
No, it wasn't Justin Simmons. It was Mike Jack. We traded Mike Jack, and we traded Burnett, a 7th round linebacker for Mike Jack.
Yes. Sorry.
That was a beautiful thing, Pickle. That was a very beautiful thing. I'm happy with this draft.
That's a good draft.
And that's 3 good solid ones. We said it every single week. These fluid situation, our mocks are going to change. Our mocks have changed. Our positions have changed somewhat. I think we've been very in tune week by week with what we got going on and what should we do. I really love this one. This one might be one of my most favorite ones. We got some serious productivity on this board, my friend.
It's interesting because to me, this is very much a meat and potatoes type draft for the Panthers.
It is.
When you look up here, you just don't see the skill positions. And I think about all the other mock drafts I see and all the wide receivers, the tight ends, the Sadiqs, like we talked about earlier. We talked about it in depth. And then the running back as well. That's really popular in these mock drafts for guys to go after skill position players, and we really didn't. We stuck to the meat and potatoes here and really kind of fed this defense the depth it needs while at the same time addressing the offensive line. And I think the last two were just kind of throw-off picks, and that's okay. They will be in the real world anyway. So I like what we did here tonight, Cole. I think this is a different take on it. I think if you really ground your feet and you look at this Panthers team, this addresses some strong needs and especially those depth issues that have haunted us, especially last season with us being more injured on anybody else on the offensive line, starting more combinations than any other team did on the offensive line. And this draft right here was a good step to keep that from happening again next year.
Pickle, I was watching your gears go towards especially the back end of this draft, and all of our mentality was the same, and we did the right thing. Most of these moves, sir, are not for right now. These are next year type replacements, and you have a lot of future great potential and productivity.
When you draft on Saturday, which is rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7, you're not drafting for today.
No.
You're drafting for developmental picks. Bill Polian says it all the time. When your draft Saturday is your developmental guys. That's the guys you draft because you're viewing them for the years 3, 4 on their contracts. You're looking at them. That's where you go get your guards that in a few years you're going to let start. I'm going to use, for example, this Oklahoma guard right here. Parker, the center. Here's what we
don't have to worry about either one of them really this year.
Next year, Parker will start in place of Fortner, who's going to walk away in free agency. Next year, in 2 or 3 years, you're going to give your guard an opportunity to start because last year we let what's that guard we talked about earlier that failed? We have it on our roster now.
We're talking about Zavala?
Zavala, Zavala. Zavala has been on the roster for a while. He had an opportunity last year. He failed. That's why you're drafting this guy, right? You're going to let him learn these positions as a backup, as a special team role, as a developmental guy. When he gets his opportunity, that's when you go see what he can do. Alar, we've already chatted about. He's not for right now. Let's be real. Last year, the Steelers drafted Will Howard, Heisman winning quarterback Will Howard, in the 6th round. They didn't draft him to start this last year. They drafted him for a few years down the road, right? The quarterback for Alabama last year was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks in the 3rd round and was inactive all year. Why? Because Drew Lock is planning to hit free agency, I think this year or maybe even next. He'll hit free agency. It was going to be a guy they're developing to step right in as a number 2 behind Sam Darnold. That's how you build your team. It's not about drafting starters in 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's about drafting developmental guys that will work and train and move forward. We all know who Little Luke is, right? Klein, AJ Klein, Little Luke, we called him.
I was like, where are you going with this? Okay, I'm with you.
He was drafted in the 5th round, but he was played his rookie year. he played special teams. That's all he played. And he played a reserve role. That's what you do. You're developing, you're teaching, you're learning, and when the opportunity in a few years presents itself, they step in and start. That's how the Ravens keep getting, and the Eagles keep getting compensation picks. They're drafting these developmental guys and actually developing them. That's what your 4, 5, 6, and 7 is about. Developing talent. It's not really about drafting starters. It's about drafting developmental guys that would develop into talent.
Spot on, my friend. And that's how you build a sustainable franchise, Dees. Go ahead, my fault.
No, you're good. We saw the chart today. There was a chart put out today since 2022, and wherever the Panthers were second to last. Like, we bring the guys in, but we don't develop them. But you look at other teams like Tampa Bay, this has been pointed out a million times. You look at teams like Tampa Bay, like their entire defense was drafted. And that's where we need to be. We need to get to where we're developing these draft picks, and we're on the right path. So it's going to be okay. But I'm 100% with Pickle's point and what he was bringing up here, and it's drafting the depth and then making them serviceable and then turning them into starters. There's a whole process to it, and that's what we need to get involved in. We're starting to see it, Cole, but in the past, we've been horribly bad at it.
I mean, we would just give up after we get past a certain round because you knew you just weren't going to get any productivity. They weren't going to get on the field, and we just weren't a normal, sustainable NFL franchise, and all of that is finally turning around for us. Finally. It's
right.
And then if we can come behind our free agency with type of draft like this, Pickle, like that's
right.
You can't ask for a better offseason.
Right.
I don't think.
Right, absolutely. I agree.
All right. We had an awesome show. I think I've covered everything I need to say. Is there anything else y'all want to say before we get up out of here and say our goodbyes?
Did a fine job. I'd say go ahead and get that music pulled up, Pickle. I'll talk for a second while you do that. Don't forget on Wednesdays, we got our community post here for the Blue and Black Attack. Recently, the last few weeks, it's been about invaders. Make sure you comment on that community post, and then we'll give you a chat spotlight in our invaders video coming out Friday or Saturday. Also, make sure that we're subscribing, sharing all the videos put out by the Blue and Black Attack. We want to be able to offer you guys great video content along with these live shows as well. Of course, always tune in for our live shows Monday and Thursday with the Salty Superstar, Panther Pickle, and the Cole Show for this analytical breakdown each and every Thursday. You guys are eating it up. We appreciate each and every one of you. We have the best subscribers on YouTube. You guys literally watch every minute of our content. Nothing but hearts and loves and Blue and Black hearts to you guys. Shout out the chat. You guys have a great night and always keep out.
Appreciate you, my brother. Pickle, I'm gonna let you take us out of here. So I'll go first. Kill the music.
Promises, bro.
Wow. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you close. I just want to say one thing real quick. I don't want to be too long with this. I appreciate everybody's time so much because time is such a precious thing. For you to watch us for 30 seconds, the whole thing, however long, tomorrow, today, the next day. I really do appreciate that. And we do too. We're going to continue to work hard for you. You heard everything we got going on with the programs with these. I'm just really proud of all the hard work that we're putting in. And we're just getting started. I can't wait for the draft of the season. It's going to be a good year, Pickle. Walk us out of here tonight. I appreciate you as always, my friend.
Y'all, I appreciate you. Appreciate all 101 subscribers. I'd like you to click share. If you go to another podcast and somebody says, hey, I ain't seen Pickle or Diesel Cole around. I ain't even seen D Money. What's happened to him? Say, hey, I got this podcast. Give them the link.
Well, yeah.
If anybody has an issue, tell them bring it up with me. But I don't think they will. Some of them other podcasters are good people. So we have nothing against those gentlemen. So I appreciate it. And besides that, we only have 101 subscribers. If we're a threat to their 6,000-7,000 subscriptions, then they're not confident in their own job. So y'all keep pounding. And remember, we're out to win the Super Bowl. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Look at me. You see my toil, promises broken, our blood and oil. We started in darkness, 0 and 2, but the lighthouse kept burning, guiding us through. The doubters were loud, the critics were mean, said this young team had no chance to dream.